the Drag. MedVet on the I-25 corridor departs at 181 ramp, Castle Rock, or on I-70 in Wheat Ridge. Exit Kipling, exit Ward, but exit the giant MedVet Autoplex.
When you paint with Frog Tape, something magical happens. Because Frog Tape is the only painting tape with patented paint block technology to give you the cleanest, sharpest lines possible. The patented paint block reacts with water and latex paint to form a microbarrier against paint bleed. Frog Tape Delicate even works on freshly painted surfaces, giving you maximum creative flexibility. For professional results when you paint, there's only one name to know. Frog Tape. Keeps paint out, keeps lines sharp.
Colorado Insurance, your local independent insurance agency, representing over 20 insurance carriers, including Nationwide, Safeco, Travelers, and MetLife. At Colorado Insurance, we shop your auto and homeowners insurance with all our carriers to find you the best price with the best protection. And our local licensed sales representatives are here to give you the service you deserve. Colorado Insurance, the best price, the best protection, and the best customer service. Call or get an online quote today.
When you're in pain, you want help right away. Now there's an answer. The Joint, the chiropractic place, offers affordable, convenient chiropractic care at over 20 Colorado locations. Open nights and weekends. The Joint, the chiropractic place.
Live from Fox 31 Denver, this is Good Day Colorado.
Good day to you. 5 o'clock on your Wednesday morning. We're halfway there. I'm Kirk Yonke.
And I'm Brooke Wagner, and welcome back to you. And we have Ken and Greg here telling us all about how to start our day. We'll start with you, Greg. Still hot today?
Still hot, yeah. It's basically a repeat of yesterday, Brooke. We get 1 more degree on our high temperature. We're starting off a little bit warmer this morning, but there are big changes on the way for our Thursday. As it stands, clear skies up and down the Front Range. We got mid to upper 50s and lower 60s, although there are some holdout warm temperatures, which we haven't seen over the last couple of mornings. I'm talking about you out in Wheat Ridge at 66, at 67 in Morrison, and I thought it felt cool in Highlands Ranch this morning. They are sitting at 55 degrees. I live down on the south side of town, and I'll tell you, I stepped outside and I was like, it feels a little chilly. So there you go. Temperature difference definitely depending on where you are in town. Some of us running in the mid 50s, others in the lower 60s. It's still comfortable to kick it off, and it'll stay comfortable through the late morning. We had about 80 degrees by 10 o'clock. 92 will be our daytime high, but it'll be hazy and warm as we roll towards dinner time. 87 degrees by the time we're eating supper, Ken. And temperatures tomorrow, they don't even make it to 87. So big cool down on store.
Good. Well, it'll be nice to have that cooler temp. But today's drive off to the races, we're checking the problems down along I-25, called out at University with a bench on the road. Wherever it is not costing you any time as you travel into the city. If it does, I'll definitely bring you the very latest. As we kind of get up and rolling, you still have some construction crews out along portions of Highway 36. But this is day number 2 where the HOV lanes are now pay lanes. Like, you have to pay to use those lanes. We saw delays and accidents and chaos yesterday up along that north edge of town. Hopefully we don't have that again today as we get up and rolling so far this morning, Brooke and Kirk. Speeds are holding steady even as you roll through the city and down into the tech center.
All right, thank you, Ken. New at 5, Littleton police need your help to find this woman. This is Charlene Voigt. Police tell us she was reported missing Friday, July 8th. She has blonde hair, brown eyes, and is 5 feet tall. If you know where she is, police want to hear from you. Happening now, evacuees of the Cold Springs fire are waiting to see when they'll get to go home.
Dozens already allowed to go back, while many more will only get to go home to pick up their stuff, but they'll have to head out again. Fox 31 Denver's Greg Nieto has been in Nederland all week talking with those evacuees. You know, it's frustrating, I'm sure, but at least they get to go back to get some of their things and check on their place.
Yeah, progress, right, Kirk? You know, you take a look at Barker Meadow Reservoir behind us here. Obviously looks very serene, an absolutely gorgeous shot, but don't let the good looks fool you. Once again, we are expecting another day of windy, hot, dry conditions. The very latest numbers in the Cold Springs fire include a 25% containment, which is 25% more than when we talked yesterday morning at about 8 a.m. The fire mapping actually resized the fire to about 528 acres. Again, at this point, 0 injuries and 0 fatalities. That's definitely good news. But of course, the number of homes now lost has reached the number of 8. Brooke was talking about homeowners and residents in areas affected by the Cold Springs fire will be allowed back in for a 2-hour window later this morning. They'll be allowed to inspect property, remove spoiled food, and gather more belongings. That'll take place, at least initially, at the intersection of Hurricane Hill and Ridge Road. That process begins at 7 a.m. Again, it's a 2-hour window. You go in, but you have to come back out. Kirk, as you mentioned, some residents in areas a little bit further from the fire perimeter have been allowed to go back home for good. But for folks who've been out of their home for some since Thursday night, it's been a long wait. But thankfully, for some folks, most of the folks up here in Nederland, there's a home that they'll be able to go back into. Reporting live in Nederland, Greg Nieto, Fox 31 Denver. Good day, Colorado.
Sure feel for those who don't.
Well, and look how calm it looks behind him, kind of just the opposite of what's actually going on there. Thanks, Greg.
Later today in Boulder, the 2 men accused of starting that Cold Springs fire due back in court. 28-year-old Jimmy Suggs and 26-year-old Zachary Kuykendall face 4th-degree arson charges. Police say the men did not put out their campfire properly over the weekend, and they'll be in court later this afternoon at 1:30. Fox 31 will be there to see what they have to say.
And fighting fires like this is not an easy task. It's kind of complicated. It involves federal, state, and local resources. Military and civilian helicopters based at Boulder's airport have loaded buckets of water from a reservoir near the fire nonstop. These choppers then coordinate with air tankers flying from GDCO, carrying thousands of gallons of fire retardant. Pilots say it can get pretty complicated and pretty dangerous.
Even normal pilots flying in the mountains can be dangerous just with the wind currents off of the peaks, and you add a fire into that with the updrafts, the downdrafts, the smoke. It can be very challenging flying for you.
Air tanker pilots say it only takes them 15 minutes from the time they get the signal that they're needed to load the fire retardant and take off. So it's a pretty fast process, but it's more of a matter of kind of managing all those resources and making sure everyone is in the right place where they need to be to try to get this fire out. Our coverage of these fires burning across Colorado continues online at kdvr.com. There you'll find the newest updates from the front lines, as well as evacuation information, a current list of fire restrictions, and links to sites where you can make donations to help those out who are affected by these fires. Shaw.
Well, and also families of the victims of the Aurora Theater shooting are now taking on Cinemark again. They say the movie theater company is trying to overcharge them for legal costs from their civil case. Now, Cinemark wants those families to pay $700,000 in legal expenses after the company won that civil trial, according to the Denver Post. The families are now objecting to that amount. They say the majority of the bill is for expenses related to expert witnesses. That's more than $500,000. Cinemark is also seeking another $75,000 to cover the cost of staging a mock trial beforehand. And the civil trial could find its way back to court. The families of the victims have already told the Colorado Court of Appeals they plan to appeal the verdict against them. Kirk.
All right, thank you, Shaw. The search is on right now for a man wanted in 4 Denver bank robberies. Take a good look at this photo. Police say Sean Scott may be frequenting downtown Denver, the Aurora campus, and up and down Spear Boulevard. Here are some surveillance photos of Scott. As you can see, he wears a wig, sunglasses, and a baseball hat during the robberies. Call Crime Stoppers at 720-913-STOP, and you could get a cash reward. We're learning about a close call involving the driver of an RTD bus on Tuesday that caused traffic trouble on I-25 during the rush hour yesterday afternoon. Look at this mess. According to RTD, the driver of this bus had some sort of medical emergency just after starting his route. They say the driver was able to drive onto the side of the highway while only hitting a few concrete barriers. Close call.
Yes. Fort Collins police say a 7-month-old baby suffered permanent injuries at the hands of a babysitter. 24-year-old Caleb Collins is facing charges. Investigators say he called police claiming he had dropped the child. Doctors say the baby suffered severe head trauma, but detectives say they found the injuries were not accidental. Developing now, police in Baton Rouge, Louisiana have arrested 3 people after an apparent threat against their officers. The city's police have faced scrutiny over last week's deadly shooting of Alton Sterling and their response to the protests that followed after that. Now investigators say several men who were behind a recent burglary were looking for bullets to hurt police officers in the area.
We have been questioned repeatedly over the last several days about our show of force and why we have the tactics that we have. Well, this is the reason, because we had credible threats against the lives of law enforcement in this city.
Police are still looking for a fourth suspect in the case.
Later today, funerals will take place for 2 of the 5 Dallas police officers who were killed in last week's attack. Officers Brent Thompson and Lauren B. Aarons will be laid to rest. Their funeral comes one day after the president and former President George W. Bush spoke at a memorial service for those officers. Funerals for the remaining 3 officers scheduled for later this week. Meantime, we are hearing from 2 officers wounded in last week's attack. Officer Brian Shaw still has shrapnel in his stomach after being shot, and Officer John Abbott just finished picking all the glass out of his body. Man alive. They faced off with the shooter at El Centro Community College. Both say they are lucky to walk away from that gunfight.
He shot it, what, 7, 8 times, and I barely got grazed. I mean, if God hadn't been watching over me, I wouldn't be here.
Now, Officer Shaw still has to have surgery to remove bullet fragments that hit him when he was grazed, but both men expect to be back on duty full time. Brooke.
Happening now in the United Kingdom, Prime Minister David Cameron is on the last day of the job as he prepares to resign. Theresa May will become the country's new Prime Minister, and this all comes about a month after the UK's decision to leave the European Union. Cameron said he'd step down one day after that vote. May will be the second woman to lead the UK, the first being Margaret Thatcher. Cameron will formally tender his resignation to Queen Elizabeth later today.
All right, let's get over to your pinpoint weather forecast. Meteorologist Greg Dutro. We're hump day here. What do we got for this Wednesday?
Well, this is fresh off the press. I just did the math. You can see I was still editing that.
Yeah, what's with those little boxes?
Those little boxes mean I was just editing the graphics. So
I like it.
I mean, this is as freshly...
Did you finish editing before?
Well, this is as freshly minted as you get a weather graphic. So I just did the math on it. You know, we're starting to lose a bit of daylight, and since that summer solstice in the late part of June, we've lost 15 minutes of daylight. It's 15 minutes on the both front end and back end of the day. But despite losing daylight, it's still getting hot. We got 90s out there this afternoon and dry air in the mountains. So from Red Feather Lakes all the way south to south of Boulder, there is yet another fire weather warning out. And this does include the area that the Nederland fire is burning in at this point. So keep that in mind. It is another very dangerous day. Temperatures today in the lower 90s, but with cooler air on the way Thursday and Friday and a chance of showers, it's looking better for fire weather as we hit the end of the week. Mid-80s on Thursday and mid to lower 80s again on Friday, too. Ken, we'll have your weekend forecast, and we'll track these showers coming up.
Sounds pretty good. Cooler temps are always nice. We start off with a live look for you here at I-25 at 120th. If you travel in from Northglenn and Thornton, and boy, thousands and thousands do, you are going to find those HOV lanes open today, but they are open for business. You have to pay to roll in those lanes, and we did see those typical slowdowns yesterday as a result of that traffic. Now, here at I-70 in Brighton, no delays as you travel out towards the airport. We have a good beginning to your Wednesday drive. Throughout the city, they're just dealing with overnight construction that's in the process of being wrapped up here in about 20 minutes, but there are no delays out towards Pena Boulevard. Getting through security out at DIA, 5 to 15 minutes, depending on which side. Brooke and Kirk will highlight the south side of the city, get you a look at that Highlands Ranch Castle Rock Drive coming up.
That sounds great, Ken. It's 5:11 now. Still ahead, Donald Trump going after a new target overnight.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, or should I say Justice Ginsburg. Why the Republican presidential candidate is going after the Supreme Court justice. Next.
And an abandoned newborn baby who found the infant in a backyard.
Mr. Lover, now Mr. Lover. She call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Call me fantastic, touch me on me back, she says
you live life your way.
Smooth.
We can help you retire your way, too. Financial guidance while you're mastering life. From Chase, so you can.
Listen up, y'all. It's time to wrangle in the savings at the Wrangler Safe & Lot Super Safe Sale.
Today through Sunday, pick up this quality Huntsman Fire and Burglary Gun Safe, just $6.99. A savings of $400. 1100 West Evans in Denver.
4th of July was the biggest sale in Granite Depot's history.
That's why we've extended the savings. Our most explosive deals ever on our biggest selection of slab granite countertops and wood cabinets. And take up to 36 months to pay. Granite Depot, I-70 in Monaco, or online at shopgranitedepot.com.
The Fox 31 Denver Problem Solvers, exposing a pattern of violence on the 16th Street Mall with exclusive video of this attack.
When I saw that video, it made me sick to my stomach.
And pushing for change in our community, because that's what the Problem Solvers do. Every night on Fox 31 Denver News at 9.
It's a Jeopardy you can't miss.
The chance for you to take the lead. Everything.
Tonight at 6 on Fox 31 Denver.
This summer, zero in on a Nissan. Save big with 0% for up to 72 months on Altima and Rogue. And no payments for 90 days. Plus, get $500 bonus cash. Or zero in on a low $189 per month lease on Rogue. Hurry, now's the time to zero in on big savings. 0% financing, no payments for 90 days, and $500 bonus cash ends soon.
When you're in pain, you want help right away. Now, there's an answer.
Welcome to The Joint.
The Joint Chiropractic offers affordable, convenient chiropractic care with locations throughout Colorado. For just $29, your first visit includes a consultation and adjustment from a licensed chiropractor. Our plans and packages will keep your care affordable. Open nights and weekends, no appointment necessary. Affordable, convenient care when you need it. The Joint Chiropractic.
This is the first time I've been to MedVet. I thought it was great service. The team that helped me was fantastic. We got right to it. It was quick. It was not any hassle. If you want good customer care and you want a good car, go to MedVet.
Only at the home of the original push-puller drag, MedVet Pre-Owned. On the I-25 corridor, depart the 181 ramp, Castle Rock. Or on I-70 in Wheat Ridge. Exit Kipling, exit Ward, but exit the giant MedVet Autoplex.
New this morning in the 2016 presidential campaign, we are now getting a glimpse of what could be the Republican Party's platform. The most recent draft shows the GOP will include Donald Trump's border wall as a key point. The party is also moving toward identifying pornography as a public health crisis, saying it's destroying millions of lives. It also calls for the military to bar women from serving in combat roles and calls on lawmakers to use religion as a guide to creating new policies for the country. Now, none of these ideas are set in stone just yet. GOP delegates are still talking about them, but they should have a final draft for the party's platform ready by Monday when the Republican convention starts. Brooke.
Boy, what a week this is. And turning now to the presidential election, presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump has a new target, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Well, she's recently called out the billionaire in a New York Times interview, calling Trump a faker, among other things. Trump responding back on Twitter overnight, saying Justice Ginsburg of the U.S. Supreme Court has embarrassed all by making very dumb political statements about me. Her mind is shot. Resign.
Meanwhile, the Democrats are rallying together after Bernie Sanders endorsed Hillary Clinton, ending a bitter primary battle. The endorsement came just days after the Democratic Party platform changed to include several of Sanders' campaign goals. Sanders says he's united with Hillary Clinton with one goal in mind, defeating Donald Trump.
We are joining forces to defeat Donald Trump.
That future will be shaped more by what happens on November 8th in voting booths across our nation than by any other event in the world.
Sanders is now planning on making several trips across the country to stump for Clinton.
No information involving former Penn State head football coach Joe Paterno. Newly unsealed court documents reveal the coach knew of Jerry Sandusky's history of sexual abuse on children as early as 1976. A man testified that 40 years ago, Paterno ignored his complaints of sexual assault by Sandusky when he was just 14. The records also show other assistant coaches also witnessed contact between Sandusky and children in 1987 and 88. Paterno died 4 years ago. Sandusky is behind bars. He's convicted on 45 sexual abuse charges on children.
A newborn baby in Indiana will be fine after a 9-year-old girl finds her abandoned in a backyard. The baby still had her umbilical cord and placenta attached. Investigators believe the newborn had been there for several hours at least. The girl who found the infant says something led her to that backyard.
If I wasn't there and God didn't tell my brain, if my brain didn't make me go over there, we'd find a dead baby in our yard this afternoon, and it would be much worse and much different.
Police say they are still searching for the mother.
Some incredible stuff coming out of Connecticut during a thunderstorm just yesterday. You can see a man and a woman walking by. Suddenly, wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. A huge flash towards the end of that video. That flash, it was a lightning bolt. A tree then comes down. You can see that in the video, too, nearly landing on top of those two people. Police say both the man and the woman were taken to the hospital, but they were released after a few hours. I'm sure some shaken nerves, but none the worse for wear. Just incredibly close, way uncomfortably close to a lightning strike there. Brooke knows. I say it all the time. I don't mess with lightning. You just don't mess with it. No, it's one of those things that, I'm out golfing. I do not try and strengthen out storms or, run them out. We're looking beautiful, though, this morning. We got clear skies. No worries about thunderstorms in our forecast today, although there are a couple moving out of the eastern corner of the state at this point. They were strong during the overnight. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings out there in the far eastern corner of Colorado, but clear skies taking over I-25 and into the mountains. The problem, it is still dry, especially as you head to the mountains. You may not see this map a lot, but I break it out during fire season. It's the dew point map. Dew points are the measure of how much moisture in the atmosphere, and all you need to know is anytime that number gets below about 20, you start getting very concerned about wildfire danger. And you see Dillon's down to 12 degrees. There's some very dry conditions off to the south of I-70 today, and that is where fire danger is fairly high this afternoon, combined with temperatures in the mountains that get to the upper 80s and even some upper 70s, too. 77 in Dillon on the cooler side, 85 in Eagle today. Up near Fort Collins, we hit 91. Denver's in the lower 90s. And while there are a couple of upper 80s to be had in the forecast, they'll be few and far in between. Today is dry. Tomorrow, not so much. We got a better chance of rain. A cold front will slip into the state. That'll kick off some showers out on the plains during the early morning. And then mountain showers will start getting to go during the afternoon. And some of these will be thunderstorms. Now, how many of them make it to I-25? That's a totally different story. They will most certainly be isolated. I've only got a 20% chance of storms for our area on Thursday. It looks like most of the action stays in southeastern Colorado. But 20% is 20%. We at least have a shot. 86 degrees will be our high temperature Thursday. 85 by Friday. A better chance of rainfall there before we go back to basically dry weather and highs in the lower 90s for the weekend.
Nice, long, hot streak. We have a good beginning out of Highlands Ranch this morning, Greg. It's pretty calm and quiet across 470. No major problems to contend with. As far as construction or delays goes, at least down south, not a lot happening. Speeds are holding steady all the way up into the city. If you're west of town along I-70, they were doing work at the Eisenhower Tunnel. They wrapped that project up early. As we get deeper into the week, they'll start doing some work on the eastern side, the Denver-bound side of I-70. But right now, if you're leaving town along 285 or coming back from Bailey and Conifer, you're looking at a few delays as you approach 470. But again, no accidents, no major problems, so a lot of these routes still remain wide open. Drive times here, even coming in from Brighton so far this morning, guys, still holding at top speed.
Oh, good, Ken. 521. Your beer is about to get a new look.
Brewers adding nutritional labels. When you can expect a change to happen, that's next.
And a bear trapping a car? How this guy got into the front seat.
Everybody said, go to MedVet.
Get hot deals on cool wheels at MedVed Chevrolet. Save $4,400 off 2016 Malibus. Take $12,000 off on all-wheel drive Chevy Traverse. And save $15,000 on 2016 Chevy Silverado trucks. The hottest deals of the summer are at MedVed Chevrolet. On the I-25 corridor, depart the 181 ramp, Castle Rock. And on I-70 in Wheat Ridge. Exit Kipling, exit Ward, but exit the giant MedVed Autoplex.
Having acne was always on my mind. So I asked a dermatologist about new Axone Dapsone Gel 7.5%. I apply it once a day, anytime.
Axone Gel 7.5% is FDA approved for the topical treatment of acne for people 12 years and older. Axone Gel is a once-a-day acne treatment with clinically proven results. In clinical trials, acne got better for people using Axone Gel in just 12 weeks. Axone Gel may cause the serious side effect of methemoglobinemia, which decreases oxygen in your blood. Stop taking Axone Gel and get medical help right away if your lips, mouth, or nails turn gray or blue. Talk to your doctor if you have G6PD deficiency. Using benzoyl peroxide with Axone Gel may cause skin or facial hair to temporarily turn yellow or orange where applied. Common side effects of Axone Gel include dryness and itching of treated skin.
Now I have less acne to think about because I use Axone Gel.
You could pay as little as $15 for Axone Gel. Learn more at Axone.com. Axone, prescription treatment, proven results.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I teach 10th grade English.
And I'm Melissa when she was in 10th grade at Connections Academy.
That was the year my teachers changed the way I looked at literature.
These books are amazing.
At Connections Academy, the great courses and all of the personal attention really made a difference.
Our class discussions opened my eyes.
In fact, my Connections Academy teachers inspired me so much, I became one myself.
Here, you're gonna need these.
Connections Academy, Colorado's tuition-free online public school.
The Home Depot is pouring more into paint. We're mixing inspiration with innovation with the Project Color app. We have more ways than ever to help you find that perfect color. You can even get a sample in any shade and any sheen. This is a brave new day for color. Get the best paint for any budget, like scrubbable Glidden Diamond starting at $23.98. Only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Everybody said, go to MedVet.
Shopping for trucks is a drag. All that traffic and trying to remember the features and the deals. MedVet has 94% of America's best-selling truck brands. Ford, Chevrolet, Ram, and GMC. 4 brands, 40 acres, $40 million worth of inventory. Plus, get hail sale savings on select vehicles. Drive them, compare them, buy them. The MedVet Big Gun Truck Center. Just minutes south of Lincoln on the I-25 corridor to part the 181 ramp, Castle Rock.
It's 5:24. Right now, we want to take a live look out at British Parliament. You see David Cameron speaking on his last day as Britain's Prime Minister. Now, he vowed he would resign after the Brexit vote. And indeed, today is the day he has chosen to turn in his resignation to the Queen. Theresa May has been chosen as the leader of the Conservative Party there. She will take over. She's already been chosen as the leader. And now it's just a formality before she becomes Prime Minister of England.
Big change happening today. It looks like a crowded room, doesn't it? Taking a look at your business news right now, some changes coming to your beer. The 4 largest brewers in the U.S. say they will post calorie counts and other nutritional information on the label, whether you want it or not. This includes all beers made by Miller Coors, Anheuser-Busch, and Heineken. The move means 8 out of 10 beers sold in the U.S. will have those labels. The changes should be in effect by the end of the year 2020. So we still have 4 years of beer drinking bliss, like just not knowing.
Will you read the label?
I don't know. I'll peel it off. I can tell you that much. I always do. 5:25 right now. New rankings this morning to show 2 of Colorado's cities are among the best to live in the entire country.
This comes from Wallet Hub. It ranked Colorado Springs the 4th best large city to live in, and Denver's right behind at number 5. Wallet Hub based the rankings on things like the local economy, healthcare, education, and livability. The best city in the country? San Francisco.
There you have it.
But
livability?
Gosh, who can afford it?
I know, which is surprising that it made it that high on the list considering how expensive it is.
Still to come, another transient control operation overnight. Why police are moving Denver's homeless population away from downtown.
And your weather and your traffic, we got it up next every 10 minutes to get you out the door on time.
Listen up, y'all. It's time to wrangle in the savings at the Wrangler Safe & Lock Super Safe Sale.
Today through Sunday, pick up this quality Huntsman fire and burglary gun safe. Just $6.99. A savings of $400. With fire season approaching and burglaries on the rise, save up to 40% on our entire selection of gun, fire, home, and business safes. Giddy up to Wrangler Safe & Lock Super Safe Sale today.
Secure your valuables, protect your family. Remember, Wrangler Safe & Lock.
1100 West Evans in Denver.
Arm & Hammer brings a sensational spin on the new Spin Brush Truly Radiant Clean and Fresh. The patented dual-action head with floss-tip bristles removes 100% more plaque in hardest-to-reach places. I feel truly radiant. New Spin Brush Truly Radiant.
When you realize what this place is about, it draws you in. I'm Bill, and I'm the physical education teacher here at Tennyson Center. When folks come to help out, they see that we're like family. Beginning of this year, we put in a new playground. The kids were ecstatic. It was amazing to watch 300 people work together. Without the support of Noble Energy and other companies, we would not be able to serve as many kids as we do and help those that are really, truly in need. Noble Energy is a great community partner.
4th of July was the biggest sale in Granite Depot's history.
That's why we've extended the savings. Our most explosive deals ever on our biggest selection of slab granite countertops and wood cabinets. And take up to 36 months to pay. Granite Depot, I-70 in Monaco, or online at shopgranitedepot.com.
Would you like a faster and easier way to get to the shows and movies you want? Do you recognize one of these two?
This looks more like CenturyLink.
With the one on the left, you can talk directly into your remote control.
Show me kids' movies. What?
Show me sports.
Pretty impressive.
Who do you think it is?
This isn't DirecTV.
This is Xfinity X1 from Comcast.
Wow, that is pretty unique.
Go to Xfinity.com/challenge now to see how CenturyLink stacks up to Xfinity. Or get started risk-free for $79.99 a month for 2 full years. Call 1-800-XFINITY or go online.
Big old tires, brake struts, and shine, revving up the service to make you smile. We're in the business of customer pleasing, all the right service for all the right reasons.
At Big O Tires, we shop our competition's prices daily, so we can guarantee you the lowest price on every tire, every day.
That's right. We guarantee the lowest price on every tire, every day.
We got you covered at Big O.
Grab an Egg McMuffin sandwich with a fresh cracked egg and a refreshing $1 every size Coke anytime you want with the all-day breakfast menu at McDonald's. Live from Fox 31 Denver, this is Good Day Colorado.
Good day to you. It's 5:30 on this Wednesday. I'm Brooke Wagner.
And I'm Kirk Yonke. Let's get right to your weather. Greg is keeping tabs on another warm day. Greg, what do we got?
Yeah, another warm one for us, and we do have some fire danger. Another fire weather warning out from Red Feathers Lake to Estes Park down to Boulder. Conditions there extremely dry and a little breezy this afternoon, not to mention warm. Temperatures along the Front Range will hit 90, and it'll easily be in the mid-80s as you start heading up towards Estes Park. So 92 is what we have in Denver. 1 degree warmer than yesterday. 2 degrees warmer than normal, so pretty par for the course as we head into the hottest part of the year. But a big cool down is on the way Thursday. And then again Friday, along with a chance of rain. We could be talking about a whole different type of story coming up by the weekend, Ken, hopefully getting rid of some of this fire danger.
That would be nice. A little bit of rain would be a great thing. We have quiet conditions across the freeways. This is a live look for you at I-25 and 120th. Everybody's got to get used to the fact that the HOV lane, well, they're going to change it on me. They have to get used to the fact that the HOV lanes are now pay lanes as you travel both into the city for the morning drive and you head home. And those times, or rather the price of using those lanes will change throughout the busier portions of the rush. Yesterday, we had a lot of problems through that area. And today, we begin with quiet conditions through there. So if you live in the Brighton area, at least along 76, merging with 270, that drive looks wonderful and no big problems out towards the airport. And security wait times are 15 to 20 minutes. So we don't begin with issues. If you live in Aurora and Montbello, here's a look at those drive times. Things look pretty good here through the Metro Denver area. We'll check the south side here coming up.
All right, thank you, Ken. New overnight, police in Denver working downtown as they continue what's called a transient control operation.
Mayor Michael Hancock announced this plan Monday during the State of the City address, vowing to keep an eye on the city's homeless and keep the city safe. Fox 31 Denver's Julie Leonardi joins us now with more on that plan. Julie?
Well, Brooke, this all started just a little bit earlier this morning, around 2 this morning. Police officers were seen downtown working on this transient operation that they call. They say this is part of something that they've been working on for quite some time, making sure that folks that reside here on the streets are not a threat to anyone else. Now, we do know officers this morning searched some people's belongings, and we can confirm one person was put inside a police van. Now, this all comes just weeks after a scary video was captured on 16th Street. A downtown office worker was assaulted by several people that call these streets home. Now, the video sparked reactions in residents that are worried about how safe their streets really are. Now, on Monday at the State of the City address, Mayor Michael Hancock says he knows more people are congregating in Denver and on the streets, and it's not become inhumane